Get ready, Power Gamers. This is episode 5 of The Legends of Lyria. I'm DJ the DM.
I'm Emily, I play Wyndham.
I'm Lily, I play Lithariel.
I'm Matt, I play Bojangles.
And I'm Taz, and I play Double Titania.
And we're here with episode 5. To recap what happened last sessions, our intrepid party had gone to the inner ring of the city to try and retrieve a cure for this mysterious and devastating ailment that seems to be sweeping throughout the island. As they did, unfortunately, they got captured and hauled off to jail. But they did find an old compatriot, a friend named Benny Bones. But he wasn't looking very good. In fact, he was looking very ill, with jaundice bleeding from his face in multiple places, and he seemed unable to be aroused or woken up in any way. You did successfully break out of the jail. You fought off the infected guards that seemed to be vomiting this strange reddish liquid all over the prisoners who were stuck in that cell. And you killed them. You strapped Benny Bones to a tower shield as a makeshift sled, put on the uniforms of the guards that you had slain. Once out of there, you realized you were no closer to having that cure that you had sought to find originally. Now, the tea party had come to an end and the nobles were making their way home, but there they were, these nobles, with their individual baskets of goods and their potions galore, and you all had a rather devious thought. Why not rob 'em blind? And you all scattered, individually losing your tails, agreeing telepathically to reconnect at the house of Elysium.
I guess we better bring this liquid back to the Rat King.
You make your way into the sewers, and you find your way down to the Rat King.
We think we got a cure.
You hand them forward, all three of them. Let's see if we can't test this. He snaps his fingers, and one of his henchmen come over. He grabs the vial, takes it over to the rat. He carefully tilts its head back, nurses the cure gently into its throat, and then the rat starts moving. It seems to be completely cured. Wonderful! It's effective! I can't believe it! He outstretches his hand and snaps his finger towards the rat. Nothing happens. And the rat keeps walking. At this point, you can see a visible anger start to take over his face. Fine! I have a new quest for you. Follow this creature. And so you follow it. You notice that it seems to be headed directly for the docks.
I will wild shape to a rat again and follow it. I'm gonna see if I can get him to tell me where he's going. Hey, buddy, where are you going?
Boat! Go boat! Come with to boat! Please! Need it! Can't
Okay.
stop without boat! It walks directly to that mysterious boat, and then it walks into the lower decks.
Then I'm gonna head back using the shortcuts. Once I'm back at the party, I'm gonna revert to my normal shape and let them know what the rat said and then that he went down below the deck.
I say we go back to the Rat King and we just tell him what the heck is going on.
Yeah, you guys book it down the sewers, running with everything you've got. You round the corner and you see the Rat King with his 10 or so individuals of the Rat Pack. But, my God, there he is, in the center of the circle, standing there, happy as a clam. Stabby Steve. I'm sorry. And then all of a sudden his voice changes, and you hear, I have a surprise for you. It's accompanied by a beeping and a green glowing light from inside Stabby Steve's chest. Beep.
Oh
Beep.
no, he doesn't.
Beep.
I kick him away.
Beep, beep. Stabby Steve explodes in a blast
God.
that detonates the caverns.
Fucking what?
Oh my god.
Wounded, but able to move. You guys flee. Where do you go? Where is safe in this city?
Fuck this place. We got exploding children.
Should still be safe in the forest, I think, where I grew up.
Yeah, there's like a forest here, right?
Yeah, we might be able to hide there for a while.
You make your way away from this place. Wounded, still, you limp along, helping each other, and you make it back to the former Druid Grove. What you do notice is rats from the forest, big ones, meaty ones, seem to be exiting the forest en masse. Seems to
We
have...
have a inspiration for a Lithariel from Crystal Gem 6.
Oh my god! I love it!
Today.
Oh yeah! Crystal Gem 6, thank you for the inspiration. Lithariel, go ahead and roll that again. I am hoping for a natural 20 or a natural 1. Oh man. No way! What the hell?
Oh my god, are you serious?
This is why I love playing D&D on Twitch with you guys. Chat, I love your involvement. I love the way you change this story into something beautiful. Okay, so let me take back what I just said. Lithariel, you don't know much about nature out here. No chance. You're a noble. You grew up there. But if there's one thing that you had a view of from your nice estate, it was a view of the ocean. Every day. Every which way. You looked over everybody and you had the best view in the land. Or at least one of them. Now, of course, you do notice that there don't seem to be any ships leaving the port at the moment. That's curious. But what you notice much more than that is that the water near the docks and radiating out from it, from, gosh, what could be almost half a mile, the water looks like it's boiling. There's foam rising to the top of it. Bubbles. Thousands of bubbles. It makes the water look like it's boiling. You've never seen anything like it, but you've heard about something like it. In fact, you've heard that a swarm of creatures, a swarm of piranhas, maybe mermaids, whatever, can use air when they go into such a frenzy to make the surface tension of water such that boats can't float. Anyone that goes to swim out there, any boat that tries to leave from that dock, well, it quickly sinks. And in fact, the boats at the docks are likely quickly sinking. Whatever's in that water, there must be hundreds of thousands of them in order to produce this effect. That is what you know.
Oh, great. So we're not safe anywhere.
Well, it seems to be relegated to the city and about half-mile out from the docks. Now, it's just in the ocean, so there's that. Where you guys are, I mean, you're walking towards the forest, it's not near the coast, it's actually the opposite way, so you're somewhat safe from that, hopefully. I mean, God knows what it is, but there's a lot of it. And it does seem to be radiating out specifically from the docks. You start tying together that green stuff is probably related to that. And then, because of your natural 20, the final piece fits into the puzzle. That ship, that humming, it must have been dumping whatever that fluid is, whatever creatures live inside of it, whatever horrifying little monstrosities require that sort of liquid in order to stay alive. They've been dumping it into the docks, into the harbor, poisoning the water. So, what do you say to people?
I relay everything to them. It does not bode well for the city or the docks, and we gotta get out.
Can we get out?
We gotta try.
Bojangles, could you be able to get out of a place like that?
From what you're describing, nothing's gonna float with those monsters around, so we gotta clear them before we can get the ship away from the dock or wherever we launch one from. But we only have 4 people, so we're not gonna get a big ship. We gotta get something small and fast to get away from these things.
That's a good point. And in fact, Bojangles, I think it's your turn now to make a check. With this thought on your mind, what do you do?
Can I make a water vehicle, tool or proficiency check to try and think of any ships that would match that description I saw down at the dock?
Absolutely, go for it. Ooh, that was almost something good. You think about it and you realize, no, nothing in the docks would meet that description. And even if it did, I mean, yeah, you'd have to cleanse the water of these things. Oh my God. La Lunchable just used their natural 20 for Bojangles?
What?
Well,
2 in one session.
You guys are
Lunchable,
crazy. Oh my God,
I
chat.
want to give a
I
shout
love
out
you.
because chat today clearly knows who's carrying this party.
Wow, god damn. What? Thank you, La Lunchable. Let me rephrase that. The boats at the docks are highly secured. The likelihood that you're going to be able to sneak into there right now is next to none, especially considering that the guards are likely part of whatever this thing is. Now that the nobles are part of it, the guards are part of it, and the Rat King may have been compromised, it's unlikely there's any way you're going to be going back there safely, for sure. Now, you remember one thing, though. There is a boat. An unlicensed boat, yes. But there is a boat. By the tavern. In the outskirts. It is fairly close to the docks. In fact, it does sit right on the edge of the water. No one's driven it in an incredible amount of time. I mean, it just sits there. Now, mostly that's because it's full of waste from the tavern. Rotten beer that was home brewed and too foul to drink. Maybe stores of gunpowder. It's just full of crap, caustic chemical crap. The perfect sort of thing you could use to escape.
In the tavern where I killed those guys?
That's right outside of it. You see, the tavern is one of the only things that was close to the shore in the outskirts. It has a boat docked right on the water. Now, you would be dealing with that bubbly swarm of stuff, but if you could find a solution to that, you're home free.
Well, guys, there's a ship filled with a bunch of caustic crap and horrible beer that not even the poorest of poor people would drink. I think that will clear the water for us.
You think it will?
Maybe even some black powder if we're lucky. What do you think?
Let's do it.
Worth
Yeah.
a shot.
It sounds like you guys decided to make your way towards the boat. And towards the tavern.
Mm-hmm.
And so you do. You leave the relative safety of the forest, and sure enough, you find a little wooden dinghy. It's definitely not great, but you can use it to leave here. And with a little effort, the four of you are able to maneuver it into the edge of the water. Just barely, so it's not going to get too far off of the sand and start sinking into the water. You search it, and as you do, you notice that sure enough, there are barrels in the bottom of this thing of rotten, fetid, homemade, attempted Everclear, the nastiest of rut-got sewage that could not sell for a penny. It's down there all right, and sure enough, there are stores of gunpowder. There's no cannon or anything on this ship, but you never know what that'll be useful for. You have about a barrel of that. You've got about 10 barrels of this gut-rot alcohol. What do you guys do?
I don't know. I turned to Bojangles. He's the man with the plan.
Let's crack open a barrel and chuck it in the water first to clear out so we can start floating out. Then we'll put one over the bow or the front of the ship, crack it open, and start pouring it in. And once it runs out, we'll just keep replacing it.
All right, guys. I say we roll to see who rolls the lowest and who has to do that.
Who's the strongest?
No, I say we
Not
roll and
me.
whoever's the lowest has to do it.
Anya's carrying the barrels.
I love it. I love that you're the strongest, and you're like, all right, this isn't fair.
You're carrying the barrels. I'll direct the ship.
Okay.
Lothario and Wyndham, I need you guys in the sails, getting things out and ready.
All right.
Just listen to what I tell you to do.
Okay.
Okay.
Double T, like, that armor is wildly impractical for, like, going up in the sails on a ship. So, yet again, you're on barrel duty. Like, for 2 reasons. Don't touch the black powder. We'll save that.
Okay.
All right.
I go get the foul-smelling whatever it is.
Okay.
I'll take the helm.
Excellent. You all take your positions, and Double T, you don't even have to roll in order to carry this thing. I mean, it is a pain in the ass, don't get me wrong, but you've been through worse in the last 24 hours, so sure enough, you've still got enough strength in you to lift this thing, crack it open down the side, toss it out a little ways ahead of the ship, and sure enough, it starts leaking. And once it does, that alcohol starts just permeating the water. It creates this little dead zone where the green itself seems significantly less vibrant, and the bubbles altogether stop. Windham, make for me a wisdom saving throw.
17.
Ooh, 17. You start feeling a little nauseous, but that's it. And so, it seems the plan was successful. The creatures seem to die off. The bubbles stop around that first barrel, and as you crack it over the bow, you do successfully begin navigating forward. And the bubbles ahead of you, they stop. It seems these creatures, whatever they are intelligent enough to understand pain. They move away from your boat, as it is coated in this gut-rot ale. Since the bubbles aren't there, you're able to float away. Hopefully, well, Bojangles, make for me a water vehicle check. And I'm going to give you advantage since you have 2 other party members helping you helm this.
So that first one's an 18. The second one's a 21.
Dang, oh my gosh, 21. Wow, well, incredibly, yeah, you start navigating this boat right out into the sea. And it works. It works perfectly. You start sailing away from the island. As it's coated in this liquid, you can tell that none of these creatures seem brave enough to try and stop you. As you get away out of that radius of those creatures, you can see them moving, trying to follow your boat. Windham, make for me another will save. Or wisdom, excuse me. My old 3.5 ways. Wow.
23.
That's incredible.
Nice.
Okay, so with a 23, you don't feel quite right. You have this ringing sensation that's becoming so much more than that. And it leaves you as fast as it came. However, the rest of you hear this piercing sound. It's so loud, you can't tell what direction it's coming from. Inside your heads, you can feel it. You can't stop it. And then you see something rise, as though it were levitating above the docks. It doesn't seem able to come towards you. It's humanoid-sized, whatever it is. It outstretches a hand toward you.
I shoot it.
Well, you're too far away, unfortunately. But, Windham, because you got a save on this, you got over 20 on it, and because of some other interesting things, you're the only one allowed to act at the moment. What do? You
Can I,
make it.
speak to it?
You can try. He's awful far away. I mean, you guys have successfully sailed more than a half mile away, because remember that radius was a half mile, and you guys are out of it. I don't know how you would get a message that far, but you're welcome to try. You can make any other check you would like. You can do whatever you want. I'm open to hear it.
I'm gonna do a perception check to see if I can make anything out.
Okay, go ahead and roll that perception check. If you get a natural 20, I'm gonna fucking die. Like,
15.
if you just know exactly what this is, I'm just gonna be like, damn it! Okay, alright, good. So, with a 15, what you see is this thing levitating, humanoid in form. It's about 6.5 feet tall. However, it's gaunt. Its limbs are so skinny, it appears to be wearing some sort of robe, and yet there's something wrong with its skin. Even from how far away you are, it's discolored. Rotten? No, that can't be it. The harder you look, it seems purple. And there's something wrong with his face. It must be the distance that you're at, but it's as though he's got tentacles coming out of his face, and no pupils. His eyes are entirely black. With a hand outstretched towards you, you hear nothing. But the rest of your party hears this incredible screeching. It lasts only for about 5 seconds. Before the rest of the party is able to act, what do you guys do? let's start with Lethariel.
I'm also going to try and do a perception check.
Okay, go for it.
15.
15. You know exactly what she knows, and you see it with your own eyes. All right. Bojangles.
I'm just gonna focus on steering the ship out of here.
All right. Yeah, with how high you rolled over a 20, you've got it at this point. Nothing seems to be stopping you.
All right, that's all my focus. That's what I'm doing.
Well, actually, you know what? Why don't I have you roll just in case you get a 1 or a 20 or something? Let's see it. But I'll give you advantage since you are spending all of your focus on that.
Roll a water vehicle check.
Yeah.
17. 17.
Wow, all right. Destiny says 17, and 17 it is. You are positive that you don't know what happened. And you are positive, after everything you've experienced, that you are not turning around to look at whatever the hell did that to you. You're out of here. You're done with this whole damn island. And sure enough, you pilot that vehicle right on forward. Double T. Yours is the last action. What do you do?
We'll try to do a history check to see if, like, I heard about this from Papa Stormbright at all.
Well, I can already tell you there you've never heard of anything like this from Papa Stormbright. Or you definitely would have referenced it by now. But you can make a history check, or yeah, if you want to, rack your mind of any books or anything that you've read or something at the church.
4.
That does sound about right. Yeah, there aren't really any books on flying purple people with tendrils and city attacking sieges. This is all very new. Yeah, unfortunately, you don't come up with any information, unless that is chat wants to offer another inspiration. We'll see.
Nope.
Well,
We don't even know what this is. We'll figure it out eventually.
Well, hopefully. But its hand is outstretched. As you make your way forward, you can still feel a very strange presence. It feels like it's pressing against the back of your skulls. It's overwhelming, almost, and you can feel your eyes closing every now and again just from the weight of it. As you sail forward, eventually, away from the island, the thing does not seem to follow you. It does not fly after you. It does not send anything else, it seems. However, you do notice that green neon liquid is following your ship. There is a straight line from the island towards your ship. Now, it's running parallel to your ship. It's not running in its wake, because, of course, that gut rod is murderous. However, it is following you. What do you do? You can all act right now. Let's go ahead and start with Wyndham. Well, I tell you what, if you want to think about it, I can move on.
Yeah, let me go ahead and think about it and move on.
Okay. Lethariel, what would you like to do? If you guys want, you can try. I mean, it's just barely in the distance. So if you work together, I mean, it would be a disadvantage to make a perception check. But if you want to aid someone else, we'll just make it a natural roll. And I guess if three of you want to work together, we'll make it back at advantage. If you want to try that, just toss it out there as an option.
I don't think so. I think we just want to get out of here as fast as we can. So I'm gonna ask Bojangles, is there any way we can go faster? I'm all ears. Can I help you steer even more with the sails or whatever?
We just gotta catch a wind and get in the tide. Or not get in the tide, get in the channel and get out of here. The current of the ocean is going to carry us faster than these things can move.
It's true.
So we just got to get out.
Okay.
We're fine. We just got to keep them at bay. Let's quit dumping barrels over the side and save them if they come close.
Okay, sounds good.
Nice. Well, we'll say you have 7 left. It took 1 to do the initial spot, another to get you guys out, and another to get you guys all the ways away. But you've got 7 barrels of that left, so plenty for sure. And
yeah, we'll save them until they get here.
Yeah.
Good call.
And I guess I'll just do an insight check to make sure that we are definitely moving faster than they are, and that they're not that like what their speed is. Like they're not going faster than us. They're
Very
creeping,
smart.
crawling.
Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation or survival check for that.
I'll do an investigation. 15.
Damn, well done. All right, so what you notice is that they do seem to be slower than the ship. That's fantastic
Okay, cool.
news.
We're fine.
However, that's not all you notice with your 15. You notice that while there does seem to be a straight line of them connecting from the island to trying to follow with you guys, there is an incredible amount of turmoil about 400 feet behind your ship in that green liquid. What was once a boiling at the docks is turning into like pure frothing. But that looks like it's staying away from your ship, and you're successfully sailing away from it.
We're
Curious.
fine. It's good.
There we go. And then, let's see, Double T, what would you like to do?
Just ready a barrel for if they come close to the ship.
Nice, good call. And with Lothario on the helm, that is going to give Bojangles advantage on this last water vehicle check to successfully escape.
I don't know what you mean with Lyria at the helm.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant the sails. That's not what I meant.
I got a 19.
And you get advantage.
21.
That
Yay.
is exactly what we were looking for. Well done. Okay. You see, yeah, you have been a man of the sea for as long as you've been comfortable. And sure enough, away from that island, away from that bullshit, you feel it. The welcome embrace of the sea. Away from danger, away from the Gulnari, away from all that garbage. You've made it. You break away, you've caught a wind, and you outpace them. Well done. And last, Wyndham, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna use a nature check just to see if there's anything in the water around us that could be dangerous.
Ooh, good call. Go ahead and roll.
Got 4.
Boy, I really can't tell you how okay I am with that. Whew. So happy about it.
I don't like that.
Well, sure enough, it seems that all that green stuff is, you've well outpaced it, and now, well, you're in the clear. Good job. You've successfully escaped the island, and now you find yourself safe from the menace that has attacked your home. It's difficult to say what happened to everyone who was still there. Varus, Papa Stormbreaker. Truly, the only one you know what happened to is Stabby Steve. And that's not a happy tale. What do you guys say as you drift off? Anything in the last?
I think we're all a bit shell-shocked.
I agree.
I just left my whole home.
It's true.
I'm trying to cope.
Well done, Power Gamer. You've safely made it to the end of the video. Congratulations. Thanks for hanging out with us, and a very special thank you to our supporters on Patreon. Thank you to our Patreon founders, whose incredible generosity humbles us. Thank you to the legends, guild members, and all of the official Power Gamers whose love and support makes this channel possible. If you like what you saw, let us know by leaving a like, comment, subscription, donation, sharing the video with your friends. Check out all the links below, and we'll see you Saturday on Twitch for the next Legends of Lyria.